All right, so we got a leak going on. They said it's a water pump, so that's what we're gonna replace. New shiny new one. Start off, we're gonna take a, right here's your water pump. Let me get this out of the way. Here's the water pump. Well, back here's the pump. This is just the pulley. But there's 4 8mm bolts. Before we take this belt off, we're gonna wanna loosen these up. Okay. There. That way we can move them by hand. That's how you want them. Beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this serpentine belt now. We have we're gonna be replacing that also, since it's been getting just drenched in coolant. So I'll leave a link in the description for that one. So we're gonna take a 15mm, and this is your tensioner. My longer 3/8 breaker bar hasn't come in yet, so I'm gonna have to struggle with this one. There's so much pressure on these belts. If you have like an 18-inch one, not a 10-inch one, it'd be so much better. But move it towards the car, which is left, and you can get it up and over. And before you do that, it's probably good to take a photo or pull it up online on how the belt goes. There's that. Actually, this one looks good, but new is most of the time better. I got mine pulled up on the computer, keep it saved, so that when we put this back on, we don't have to worry about, you know, where the belt goes. A lot of cars have diagrams up top or along the frame. This one does not. All right, no matter which order you take, you still got to get this pulley off, so we'll go ahead and just remove this now. I lost that one, of course. There's a pulley. All right, moving right along now. So it says to remove the reservoir, it says remove this, and it says to remove the power steering pump, which is down here. Hope you guys can see that. I don't see any reason to remove it, so we're just gonna go ahead and try it without it, I guess, and we'll see how it goes. We'll start off with these smaller, which are 3/8 bolt heads. Now make sure you have a catch pan underneath the vehicle. We'll figure out where it's going to drop. So we're just going to release a little bit at a time, just to get rid of some pressure. There's one underneath. Yeah, one right here. If you ever need to know where the bolts are, just here's how your water pump is going to be set up underneath the vehicle. And we're going to be dealing with this 3/8 bolt head right here. Okay, I'm going to go with a deep socket. I can't see it, but oh, there we go. I got it. Yeah, so it's better with a deep socket, a deep 3/8 socket. And we're going to go up to a 1/2 inch. And we're going to be working on these two bolts right here. These two are a 1/2 inch. Here's one. And I believe there's a fourth one. One right below it. Now again, I'm not removing it. I'm just doing it all so I can relieve the pressure. So yeah, there's two more down there. These two, I guess, are the 1/2-inch bolts. Okay, there we go. There's one. All right, I had a jack stand directly underneath where I needed the bucket to be, so I had to jack up the vehicle and get the pressure off the stand. Here's the one. We'll come down here and get this last one off. All right, here's the last bolt. I'll just let it drain. All right, let it finish draining. Pull it off. There's the water pump. Really old busted gasket. Now you get the fun task of removing the old gasket. Crazy thing is, okay, I don't see the need for removing the reservoir or this, and I don't see the need for removing, maybe it's for a different model or maybe a different series, but as far as the Series 2 on this Bonneville, yeah, I don't see any indication where I need to actually remove that. Makes the job even easier, I guess. Okay, I won't bore you with this, but essentially just scrape away. Alright, so after a long, painstaking amount of scraping, I I used a razor blade and a like a putty scraper. I guess the best thing would be using was like a glass scraper, they call them. I'll leave a link in the description. I ordered myself one, finally. But I just want to see if this is the right... Oh, it's not the right way. There's little tiny pegs down there that you can put the gasket on. Okay, so it goes like this. And like that. Everything lines up. Perfect. This is the top. This is the back for me. So what I want to do is lay that down. I'm going to get some water pump and thermostat housing. Just a gasket maker. Put a real thin layer back here. It's probably not best to do it there. Do it right here. Yeah, it's no good. Here's what it looks like. Take it. Oh, I wish I had a flat surface somewhere. That's gonna have to do. Now it doesn't necessarily need this. It's not, yeah, nothing called for a gasket sealant to be added. But better safe than sorry. And a great added benefit of this is to hold it into place while you get it all lined up. Okay, so let's look at it. It goes this way. Let's try to re-dry the surface. Make sure it's no water's in there, coolant or debris. Around that peg. There we go. Just lightly tap it to seat it. All right, got the new water pump ready. We're only going to add the 3/8, which that ain't it, the 3/8 bolts. So I guess it would be easier without, there we go, just line it up without, you know, the reservoir and this thing in the way, but and really it's not impossible to do. I mean, I have not gone, oh, I can't get this job done because that was in the way. So again, right now we're just using the smaller 3/8 bolts. Could not find any torque specs for this, so sorry about that. We're just going to snug them up for now so we can get a nice even seal. And then we'll move on to the 1/2-inch bolts. All right, so for the 1/2-inch bolts, you're going to need this thread sealant. Oh, I gotta cut the top off. Dur. Best thing to do is like a wire brush. It might be too much, but oh well. Want to make sure there's no leaks. All right, so now let's get the pulley back on while we let the gasket dry. Okay, yeah. Now before you get too crazy with this, make sure this spins freely in there. You don't want to hear it hitting the housing in there. Which it doesn't. Everything's nice. Alright. I thought that was going to be a lot harder than what it was, but I found it pretty easily. Just going to hand tighten it. Speed this process up a little bit. All right, now we're ready to install our new belt. Open this back up. Whew, nice and stiff. All right, here we go. Okay, it's gonna go down underneath the crankshaft and then around the AC compressor, which is on the bottom right here. Not sure what you can see, if anything, but you'll know from the picture where to send this. All right, I got the belt on. You can do it with one person. I needed an extra hand, but when you come up and under the crankshaft and the AC compressor, it goes up and over the alternator, then down under here, the water pump, over the pulley, over the water pump, and then back over the crankshaft. Last step, now that you got everything down, you're gonna wanna, there we go, tighten what you can with this. Put the belt back on, make sure it's nice and tight. Alright, so we'll give this a little bit, and now we're gonna refill. Get your Dex Cool Prestone 50/50 mix. I always just do 2 gallons. I already purchased 2 gallons. All right, now we're gonna give that time for that gasket maker to harden. So I do have my vacuum kit, but I guess I wanted to break out one of these to show you. You don't need the vacuum kit, but it's a no spill coolant filling funnel kit. Now it doesn't have as many of the bells and whistles like the kit, but essentially you just find anything, one the closest you can with the rubber gasket that fits down in here, and then you'll find the closest one which fits over here. That don't fit that nice. Let's see if this one does. Nope. All right, so what I did was I took another gasket off of one of these and set it on top of here to try to limit the movement. Again, these are not the best. Probably don't even want to use this one, but I'm going to anyways. This is just to test it. so I'm not going to be using this one. So if you want to make a major mess, this is how you're going to have to do it. I don't have a funnel that fits this one. You just keep adding. Make sure you have a bucket underneath. Check out some funnel. New water pump. Gasket took about 2 hours to harden. It hardens fully after 24. Now you're going to want to turn your heat on high and just bring it up to temperature. And then, yeah, that's it.